Hi RD friends, it's Grace here. Today I want to talk about Hanon. Hanon is one of those things that can really push your technique forward and level you up if you do it correctly. And a lot of us aren't doing it correctly. So I'm going to show you a few tips that really push your technique forward. So first of all, when you play Hanon, you want to make sure that you're lifting your fingers up as high as possible and hitting the very bottom of the key. A lot of us aren't actually hitting the bottom of the key. We go halfway and then we call it a day, but make sure that all your notes are distinct, and to make sure you're doing that, you hit the very bottom of your key. Secondly, when you're doing that, there's a tendency to keep your wrist stiff and lock it. That's the wrong way to do it. It's like if someone asked you to go running or something, and then you start smoking while you're running. It's kind of defeating the point of it. So what you want to do is keep your wrist loose and flexible, keep your arm loose and flexible, and let your arm guide your movement. If you're going up the keyboard, then let your arm move outwards, like this. So, and as you do that, your wrist goes in a downwards U motion, like this, and it goes out towards the right. And when you're heading downwards, you're going the opposite direction. So, making sure that all the notes are distinct and you can hear each one of them. And when you have both hands, you mirror the action both ways. Now there are other nuances to these movements, and over time you will accumulate a toolbox of these movements that will help you gain more power. But the general rule of thumb is a downwards U going that way when you're going up, and downwards U going that way when you're going down. Also, you never want to ignore your arm. You have a lot of power in your arm. Your finger is very tiny compared to your entire arm, and you never want to stop the flow of energy at your elbow or at your wrist. A lot of people do that. It's not uncommon to lock your wrist up and play like this, and that's not a very smart move, because you're literally stopping the flow of energy here when you can have so much more energy coming from your arm. That gives you a lot more power, a lot more speed and strength. And over time, you can develop a lot of injuries or different kinds of problems if you keep playing that way. So definitely try to use your arm, channel all the energy into your fingertips, and you'll see an improvement. Now Hanon, I use it like a toolbox. So if you have a toolbox and for a certain project, let's say you're trying to nail a picture to the wall, then you grab your hammer, you grab your nails, and then you nail the picture to the wall. You don't grab all the possible tools you need and then lay them out on the ground and then choose. So that's how I use Hanon, in the sense that there are 60 exercises in the standard book. I don't play them all at once. I pick and choose whichever one that I need, and I practice those. So let's say I'm playing a difficult piece and my 4 and 5 fingers are feeling weak. So I'm going to play the exercise that focuses on the 4 and the 5 finger. Or let's say there's a trill and I need to work on my 2 and 3. So I pick the exercise that works on my 2 and 3. And I play it before I play my real pieces, and I do it every single day for a period of time. And over time, I see an improvement in my technique for that specific area. So I do encourage you to learn all the pieces, all the exercises in the Hanon book, but it's not meant to progress you, or it's not meant to take up hours of your practice time before you practice actual pieces, because technique is a stepping stone. It's not meant to take up all your time. It's meant to help you play other pieces and help you improve your strength and your musicality and all these other things, all these other drops of icing, building blocks that you want to put into your real music. So that's Hanon. If you haven't played it yet, I do encourage you to pick it up if you are an intermediate or above player. And if you haven't tried it, but you don't feel ready for it, that's totally fine as well. There are other exercises out there. I'm going to include a link to Hanon down below, and also if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know. I also send out an email update every single week with all my best tips. If you are interested, the link is also down below. Talk to you soon. Bye!